Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing something a little bit different. I've done a few story times on my channel before, but it's been a really long time. And today's gonna be a paranormal story time, which is so fun. I've done one paranormal story time before. This is all different stories. They're not the same ones, of course. Some new shit's been going down since I did that video, but if you want to see it, I'll link it down below. I have two stories to tell. They're they're actually like the scariest ghost experiences I've had. Let's just go ahead and get to it. So the first story isn't the scariest one. I'm saving the scariest one for last. That one makes me even like, ooh, it's scary. This one is still spooky, but I don't know, not compared to the other one. So this happened the summer of 2019, so last summer. And I was seeing a guy at the time, and his parents were out of town. So he's like, hey, you want to come spend the night? Blah, 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 blah. So I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. And so I've been to his house a few times, but we never really hung out there too much. We usually were out doing something. So I don't really know. Basically, I'm just trying to let you know, like, I don't really know the layout of his house because that's important. I get to his house. It's kind of late, not that late, but it's like getting to be a little late, and we're like in the living room watching like American Horror Story or something random, and he falls asleep on the couch. And I'm somebody who has like a really hard time going to sleep when I'm somewhere that I'm unfamiliar with, and two, with somebody that I don't usually sleep with, you know, like it takes me a while to go to sleep. And he fell asleep on the couch, and I didn't want to sleep on the couch. He was on like this big couch, and I was like on this little couch, and I was like, I'm not, and I was sharing it with his damn dog. I was like, I'm not sleeping here. So I go upstairs to his bedroom, and as soon as I go upstairs, I feel like creepy, like kind of like weird. I don't know. I just felt uncomfortable, I guess would be a good word to use. And I didn't feel that downstairs, but upstairs I just felt weird, and it didn't really feel right when I was like by myself. I think his dog came with me. She loved me. I miss her. She came with me, I think. But I felt weird. But anyway, I was like in his bed. I was like just scrolling through like Instagram, and then eventually he came upstairs. I guess he like woke up and then came upstairs, and then he crashed right to sleep. And I was like, great, you know, I'm up again by myself. So I'm laying there, and I think I started like dozing off, and it was dark, okay? Like all the lights were off. It was very dark. And I opened my eyes, and I could see into the hallway from his door. So his door was open. I could see into the hallway. And I think that there was, so like if I'm looking out the door to the left, there was like, I think there's a room here, and then a room to the side. And then on the right, there's like a hallway that goes down to like, I think there's like one more room, and then there's stairs. So I saw like directly in front of his door, kind of in that one left area where like the two rooms would be, a ladder. It looked like a regular like metal ladder that you like pull out, you know, that you'd find in like a garage. It was like, I saw that, and then I saw like a door open from the ceiling, like an attic door. And this is all like just shadows. Like I couldn't see like any colors or anything. It was just black shadows. And I saw somebody going up the ladder. And I was like, kind of like frozen, just watching. And I was like, in my head, I was like, is that like an actual person going up into their attic? Do they even have an attic? Like, I didn't know if I was going crazy. I was like, do they even have an attic? What's going on? And then I was like, did his parents come home? What's happening? Why would they be going in the attic in the dark? Like, it was really weird. I was really freaked out. And then like, the person got to the very top, and it looked like they like kind of turned around to where they were like facing out like into his bedroom and backed up into the attic. And I was just like, I rolled over, so I couldn't see anything else. And I was like trying not to freak out. And I didn't know if I should wake him up. Then I was like, I was too scared to like make noise. So and I eventually fell asleep. And then in the morning I woke up and then I looked in the hallway, no ladder or anything there. And he wasn't next to me. He had such a weird sleep schedule. He got up at like 3 a.m. or something and then went downstairs, and then I don't know, it was weird. But I woke up and I was just laying there thinking about what happened. I was like, okay, I have to tell him. And I was like, if he has an attic where I saw somebody go into what looked like an attic, I am gonna flip my shit. So he came upstairs and I was like, okay, I have like a weird question to ask you. I was like, do you have an attic? And he was like, yeah. So I was like, please don't be where I saw what I saw last night. Please don't be in the same spot. So I was like, okay, where's your attic? Is it right outside of your room, like right there in the hall? And he said, yes. That's spooky. So I was like, I swear to God, I saw somebody going up into your attic. And then this boy said, I shit you not, they have to bring a ladder in to get up into the attic. Because like my attic at my house, it has like, when you pull down the door, there's like a ladder attached and you just like fold it down to go up in it. Their attic, you had to actually bring in a ladder. And I was like, yeah, that's what I saw. So I don't know. It was super weird. At first I was like, oh my God, what if you have like a person living in your attic? Because, you know, like shit like that happens, right? But it still like didn't really make sense, because it's like, okay, well, what do they do with the ladder? And also I didn't hear any noise. Like I couldn't hear anybody stepping on the ladder, but I saw somebody walking up a ladder. Like none of it made sense. Does he have somebody living in his attic? Who knows? I don't know. But yeah, that happened. So that was really freaky. It freaked me out anyway. But this next story is the scariest to me thing that's happened to me anyway. So I used to house sit for one of my mom's old coworkers. I don't think she works there anymore. But I used to babysit for my mom's, not babysit, shit, sorry, house sit for my mom's coworker. And she liked to have somebody house sit because she had so many cats. She had, I think, like 4 or 5 outside cats and then 4 inside cats, maybe 5, I can't remember. And they had like such a particular way of doing the food and separating the food and how many times a day they get wet food, and yeah, there was like this whole process. So it was like easier for her to get somebody to actually house sit, which is why I started house sitting there. And so their house is like pretty average, like pretty big, and it always kind of gave me creepy vibes, but I always thought it was just because of kind of how it was decorated. There was always like I don't know if her husband was like a hunter or what, but there was a lot of like deer heads and like animal stuff everywhere. It was kind of creepy. So yeah, I got like a weird vibe, but I just thought it was just because of, you know, the decorations and stuff around the house. So I house sat for her quite a few times. I don't know exactly how many times. I'd say like 6 or 7, maybe more. And I always felt a little bit weird in her house, but like nothing really happened until the last couple times I house sat. So when shit started happening, it was little stuff, and I would like, it would be super quiet. I'd be upstairs getting ready to go to bed, and it always freaked me out when I went upstairs because it kind of felt like somebody was watching me from like one room in particular. That room really scared me. So when I would lay down, I like it to be completely silent and dark when I go to sleep, and so it was completely silent and dark, and I always felt like I could hear like muffled talking, like somebody was like whispering or somebody was like downstairs talking, and I don't really know what that was, but that always freaked me out. And then the next time I house sat, okay, so they were coming home very early in the afternoon, kind of like 5:30, 6 o'clock, and I get off work around 5:30, and they lived like 30 minutes away from my job, maybe even more than that. So I chose to take off work that day so that I could like get all of their cats fed around 4:30 and then be out of the house and not feel like I'm rushing to get there before they do to get all the cats fed, you know, and stuff and cleaned up and everything. So I chose to like hang out there all day. I think in the morning I went and ran some errands or whatever. And like during the day, the house didn't really freak me out that much. It was mostly just at night. Anyway, so I was sitting in their living room and it was like, I want to say like 2 p.m. and I had like the TV on and I was like just scrolling on my phone, but then I eventually was like, oh, I'm not really watching the TV. I'll just turn it off. So I had the TV off and I was just scrolling. I think I was on Amazon, to be honest, like shopping. And I heard this like stepping sound from above me. So like in the upstairs, it sounded like somebody walking with like heavy boots on. And I was like, what? And then, so it happened really fast and then stopped. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna just shrug that off. Maybe it was like a cat, I don't know. And then I heard it again. So this time I got up and I was like standing right under where I heard the noise coming from. And I started like walking with it. And I was like, what is that? And then it stopped. So I was like, oh, okay. And then this is like the white girl in me. I was gonna go upstairs, you know, the white person in me, go upstairs and check it out. Oh, okay, so this is what happened. So I was walking towards their dining room area. So where I was at, here's the living room. You walk this way, there's like a little step. You'd step up and you'd be in this like kind of openish area to where the dining room is. The kitchen is that way. And so where the dining room is, the stairs are like right there. So I get to like the spot where you step up, and they were like renovating the house, so they had tons of boxes all on this like side of the room. And I step up on the step, and in the dining room there's this big huge window facing the front of you know, by the front of the house. And as soon as I get to the step, I see a shadow of a person like cast onto the box, like running that way. And I was like, there's the person like right outside the house, or I don't know. And then I heard the stomping again, like the stepping with loud boots. And I was like, I'm not going up there. You gotta be fucking crazy if you think I'm going upstairs. So I am like, okay, I'm just gonna get all the cats fed and get the fuck out, because it sounded like somebody was in the house. So I'm like preparing all of their food super fucking quickly. On the whole time, I'm hearing off and on the stepping sounds. And at one point it sounded like they were coming down the stairs, and I was like, oh, my heart was beating so fast. I was like, please, I don't want to see anybody. I don't want to see anybody. I don't want to have any kind of encounter. So I I rushed it so bad. I like got all this shit done, grabbed my shit. Luckily I had like packed my bags up and brought them downstairs, and they were like sitting right by the garage door. So like I grabbed my shit, got the fuck out. I was shaking. And so I tried calling my mom. She didn't answer. And then when I got to the house, my brother was home, and I told him about it. And then my mom called me back. And I was like, my voice was all shaky. Like, it was scary. So I told my mom about it, and she was like, do you think somebody broke in? And I was like, maybe, I don't know. I was like, it sounded like somebody was literally just walking around up there. So then she gets home around 4:30 or something. She tells me to tell my dad. I tell my dad what happened. He was home. And he's like, yeah, it sounds like somebody like maybe broke in and then realized you were there and were trying to scare you out. And I was like, well, it worked. So my mom's like, oh my God, we have to go back, because what if, you know, someone broke in and they like trashed the place and like took stuff? They're gonna think you did that. And so we drove back to the place. It was me, my mom, and my brother. We drove back and we went inside, and nothing was moved. Like nothing looked out of place. It wasn't like a mess. We went upstairs, looked around, downstairs, looked around. The only thing that may have been out of place, and I'm not 100% sure if it was, in their dining room they have this like hutch type china cabinet thing, and it had a cabinet door on the bottom, and it was cracked open. And I honestly didn't go in their dining room very often, so I don't know if it was just like that the whole time I was there. I don't think it was, but it could have been, so I don't know. but it was cracked open. I was like, that's kind of weird, but I'm not sure if it's been like that or not. But we looked around. It didn't look like anything was stolen. Nothing looked like it was rummaged through. It was so weird. The whole time we were there, we didn't hear any of the stomping sounds. My brother even went upstairs and like started stepping around, and we couldn't hear him. So I don't know. It was so weird. And then my mom told her coworker about it, and she was like, oh, it must have just been the cats. But I was like, there's no way in hell it was just the fucking cats. Like, I couldn't even hear my brother walking around up there. What could the cats have been doing that would have made stomping noises? Like, what? I don't know. So we think it's a ghost because obviously it didn't seem like there was like a break-in and nothing was missing or stolen. So I don't know. It's really, really bizarre. But it doesn't end there. So I went and house sat for them again like an idiot. So I think my mom talked me into doing it again. And this was the last time I did it. So it was the whole time I was there only for like a couple of days. Nothing happened until the last day. Just like this time. Just like, not this time. Just like last time. Last time didn't have anything happen until that last day I was there. And then all that stomping happened. This is basically the same thing. So I got off work, drove over there to feed the cats so I could get out. And so they have a basement and they have a litter box in the basement, right? So I run downstairs to the basement, clean out the litter box, come upstairs, and then I have the baggie in my hand, and I like go reach around the corner to put down the bag by where the opening to the garage door is, so that I had it there and I could just toss it in the trash can on my way out. And then as I put it down, I looked up and I saw that the hallway closet was open. So when you come in from the garage, there's this little laundry room, and then from there, there's a hallway. And in the hallway, there's like the front door, the stairs, and then the other side's the kitchen. I was on the kitchen side because the basement was like in the kitchen. You have to like walk down the stairs from the kitchen. And I reached around the corner looking down the hallway to where like the door is, and the closet's right here. And it's a closet where you like pull it out and slide it over. You have to like pull it, slide it type of closet. It wasn't like a knob door, and it was cracked open. So I was like, in my mind, the first thing I thought was, oh, was that open already? But no, it wasn't fucking open already. I would have noticed it the entire time I was there, because I walked past it all the time to get to the stairs and get whatever. Like, it was not open, Kaylee. Like, my immediate thought was like, oh, it must have been open the whole time. No, I would have noticed it like I just noticed it then. So I go up to it and I'm like, okay, maybe it's a cat that somehow got the door open and in there. So like I look in and there's nothing there. I close it and I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm out of here. So I'm finishing up outside to come inside, and I hear the stomping again. I was like, So I had finished up basically everything. I grabbed everything, left, and I've never been back since. And I don't think I will ever go back because it was creepy. And it's so weird because when we tell her about it, she's like, yeah, that does sound like, you know, ghost activity. But she's like, oh, I think I would know if my house is haunted. I don't know. And I don't know. My mom was saying like, oh, maybe the ghost didn't want you to leave. That's why all the activity happened the last day you were there. Because if they were like trying to scare me out, don't you think they would have been doing it the whole time I was staying there? But it was always the last time that all this stomping and creepy stuff was happening. I don't know. But I'll never go back. It just freaks me out because it sounds like, I don't know. It's really weird. But yeah. Those are my new ghost stories that I wanted to share with you all. Let me know in the comments if you've had any kind of experiences like that, or any of your ghost experiences, because I think ghosts are really cool. I'm a firm believer. I think it's awesome, but also scary, especially when you're like in a place you're unfamiliar with. It's freaky, right? So yeah. Those are my ghost stories. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you guys want more story time type of videos, let me know. you can like the video. That'll let me know, or you can talk to me in the comments about it. That would be cool. Also, it'd be nice if you consider subscribing. I have 112 currently while I'm filming this. Maybe I'll have more by the time I upload this. That would be dope. But if you aren't subscribed, I hope you consider subscribing. That would mean a lot to me. And if you are subscribed, thank you for subscribing. And I think that's everything. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!